live again. Welcome back, everybody. This is Everyone's a Pundit, episode 57. I am your host, Semps, and if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so you can get notified for all our videos. And please hit the like button as well because it does help the channel grow. Let me just let my people them introduce themselves and then we're going to get straight into things. Anyway, let's start with you, Pat.
Yes, what's happening, people? It's Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, you see the P. When you see the P, you know, it represents T. Let's go!
Pew, 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 pew. And Jason, he had a bit of energy. Let's see if he's got that energy. Jason, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, Mr. Boom Bam Bing. It's your boy, Mr. Jason Alex. Come on.
Flat.
Come on, he's back.
Yeah, still flat.
Arsenal
I got my bulletproof on today.
Yeah, man.
I got my bulletproof on today.
He's got his bulletproof on. I like to hear that. And Syed, introduce yourself, please.
Just Mr. Psycho, and that's it.
Don't make me choke. Yeah, man. People, Syed, for those of you that don't know, if you haven't listened before, Syed's been on a few times. He's a Liverpool fan. I'm a United fan, and that's Manchester United. And Pat is a Spurs fan, and Jason is an Arsenal fan. So as you know, we're going to have some fun today on this podcast, boy, because let me just give you a roundup of this weekend's games so far. We had on Saturday, it started off with a bang, 12:30 kickoff, Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 7. Then we went on to Southampton and Man City, where Southampton lost 1-0 at home to Man City. Everton then went and gave Arsenal their 8th defeat of the season, 2-1 Everton at home to Arsenal. Newcastle 1-1 draw with Fulham. Then we move on to today. Brighton 1-1 draw with Sheffield United, with a game where Sheffield United nearly got that W and then nearly got that L as well. So it was a bit of a mad finish to the game. And then Tottenham lost at home 2-0 to Leicester. Man United thrashed Leeds 6-2. And West Brom just lost 3-0 at home to Aston Villa. Big Sam weren't able to do new manager bounce magic. But let's get into this, man. Where should we start? There's so many great places to start. We could start with Liverpool. We could start with Spurs. We could start with Arsenal or Man United. Let's start with Liverpool because we've got side on. Liverpool are the champions and they won 7-0 away to Crystal Palace. For those of you as well, let me just let you know that Saeed refused to come on a podcast once because Liverpool lost. He's here today because they won 7-0. So it's good to have you back. It's good to hope Liverpool can keep winning so we can keep seeing your face, Saeed. But what you make of Liverpool's because at the moment, you're still the team to beat.
I think finally we're at the races. I've been saying, I think, to Patrick before, I still felt that Liverpool hadn't really taken off. We've been grinding out results here, there, and everywhere, but it feels like finally it's the real team now coming to the party. And we've still got players coming back as well. So yeah, really positive times for Liverpool. Really, really. And plus, we've got 7 days off now for the next game. And we've got West Brom next, so I'm really, really confident.
Yeah, that's it. You got a lot of injuries, mainly to the back line, but there's people coming back now, isn't it? Trent back playing. Robertson was playing as well, right? So it's just the centre back partnership that you're there filling in bits and bobs. But you lot are still
Thiago's back in training.
Thiago's back in training now.
Ox is back.
So you're slowly getting all your man back in now. But you was there talking that, you was a little bit after your last result before today. Obviously, you got humbled a little bit when you held that draw with West Brom. It was, wasn't it?
West Brom or Fulham? It was Fulham. Fulham 1-1.
So, yeah. But now you're confident again?
It just feels like we're starting to pick up momentum. I've said to a few guys as well, I said, look, I feel that if Liverpool can get maybe a 6-point buffer at the top, I think it'll be very hard for us to maybe fall off that much. I can only really see us losing maybe one game, couple draws. But when I look at people around us, I can't see them doing that much better than us. Maybe City is probably the only other team I think that can do it.
6 points isn't that much though, Saeed. Like when you say that, it's like that's just 2 wins.
I know, but I just think like the standard. I think that City and Liverpool. I always think like Liverpool, we don't really lose many games. We might drop points, but I'm thinking this is a crazy season that everyone's just dropping points left, right, and centre. I can see it as well over this Christmas period. But I just think that if we get 6 points clear, at least 6.6 or more, I feel confident to say I think it will be a wrap.
I think that's crazy to say that. I mean, I know what you're saying as you're the champions, but 6 points ain't that much. And in a season where everyone's beating everyone, don't forget you got battered by, and this isn't no shade, I'm just saying, innit? You got battered by Aston Villa. You dropped points to Fulham. Those are 2 teams that you wouldn't expect to drop points or get beaten by, and it can happen, innit? I know you guys are on a good run at the moment, but yeah, to say the league's wrapped if you're 6 points clear is a bit wild for me.
Yeah, you've drawn 4 games, side. You're going on like you was Liverpool last season, winning every minute.
It's different.
I mean, my perspective on it is that the points that you guys are talking about that we've dropped is when we were severely injury hit. It was raw. It was still quite early in the season.
Villa, you had everybody at Aston Villa, didn't you?
For that, I was saying that was a freak result.
Bro, Fulham was last week.
We drew though, innit? That's what I'm trying to say. You're not losing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you still drop points though.
Yeah, saying that. I mean, but you look at the league, innit? And everyone else did the same what we did.
So it's always living on a high with Liverpool, boy. Always living on a high.
I'm not even trying to be cheeky.
Yeah,
I know Liverpool is definitely the team to beat.
We're really lose. Yeah, I can't see us losing by many games. Maybe one other game for the rest of the season. We might draw, but we won't lose. We never really lose many.
Yeah, boy. I don't know, man. I think 6 to try and call 6 points as a wrapping up the title. I think that's a little bit mad.
It's bold, man. I think it is bold.
Any season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liverpool are obviously the team to beat right now. Definitely the team to beat. And yeah, man.
You can kind of see why Side's saying what he's saying though, because who's going to kind of stop Liverpool? I can't really see a team stopping Liverpool.
Well, they can drop more points. You know what I'm saying? If they drop points, if they draw in 2 games,
but in comparison to the rest,
that's 4 points dropped. That's 4 points dropped. You can easily in this season, it seems, play a Man United. Like really and truly, I'll say it from now. When we play you, I'm thinking we could get a result. And I'm not saying we're going to beat you.
I can see a draw.
Yeah, that's a draw. And then that's 2 points dropped from your sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
If you look at that, the teams around us, I just don't see us like losing. And I think if we're talking about draws, I just think that we're going to be in the same position. No one's going to like take advantage of that slightly off form. Like I said, everyone drew that was it last weekend? It was a freak weekend. It was just a weird result. Like everyone drew.
Yeah, but that was just that weekend. There may be a weekend where you draw, we win, Chelsea win, Spurs win. Do you know what I'm saying? Then you gain 2 points on you. And then another, you just never know. So yeah, I think it's definitely bold what you're saying, boy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's bold, but it's good. At least you're saying it with your chest. You're coming out.
Yeah, I just got faith. I actually genuinely,
I like it.
What are we saying about Roy Hodgson though? Do people in the comments, what do you reckon about Roy Hodgson as well? Because I hear some people thinking that he may get the chop. I'm just like, they ain't gonna get
no way. He's brilliant.
He's what?
He's not brilliant.
Roy Hodgson's good for Palace.
Let's not get carried away.
He's not brilliant, bro.
He's a safe bet. He knows the league inside out.
They're not going to get relegated. They're going to be mid-table. They're going to do better than Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So that's got to be something. You know, I thought they were the better team against Spurs, and that was a title challenging
Why is
team.
Patrick laughing?
Why do you
I
think
mean?
I'm laughing? Why?
I thought they were the
Why you
floor
laughing?
Spurs. I thought they were so much better.
When a guy's coming on here saying that Crystal Palace are gonna have a better season than Arsenal, I'm sorry, that is a reason to, especially with Roy
He didn't
Hodgson
say that
as the
though.
manager.
He
No, he did.
didn't say that. No, he didn't say it. You're twisting his words.
What do you
Sai,
reckon,
what did
though?
you say?
What-
You're right here, Sai. What did you say?
No, I can see Palace can do better than Arsenal, isn't it? And that's Hodgson, yeah. They're a better team. I think they actually got a better
Oh,
squad
now
than
you're
Arsenal.
saying it.
See, he
Yeah,
did
they're a
say
better
it.
team than you lot.
Yeah.
You think Crystal Palace are a better team than Arsenal?
He didn't say that in the beginning.
I think they're brilliant. I think they're decent. They're well balanced side.
Wow. You think
I
Roy
think
Hodgson's
they're
a better manager?
Like 7-0.
Oh, he has to be. He is. He's
Roy Hodgson's
better
a better
manager
manager.
than Arteta.
Yeah.
Come on, that can't even be a question, can it?
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
that's 100%.
It's not
Roy
credit.
Hodgson's better than Arteta.
Roy Hodgson is much
Yeah,
better than
yeah.
Arteta.
Definitely.
That's actually
If I had to-
disrespectful, I think.
If I had to pick a
Serious?
manager out of the two, I'm picking
Yeah,
Roy Hodgson.
100%.
He's tried and tested. He's done it time and
Look
time
at what
again.
he's doing with Palace's
Yeah.
squad.
What's-
Imagine if he had
Hold
Arsenal's
on.
squad,
All right.
they will be at least
Let me stop you
mid-table.
guys there because I think you lot are discrediting Arteta way too much. You're saying Roy Hodgson, what's he done? But what has he done? What team does he manage? He went Liverpool and he flopped. You lot couldn't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah, but you talk
Why-
about one
why
big
was it-
team.
why
That's
did-
that
why
one
couldn't you
team.
not wait
He's
to get
been
rid
around
of
for
him?
years.
But you lot saying he's better than Arteta. What's he done to say he's better than Arteta?
But-
What's he won?
But look at what he's doing with Palace. They're going to comfortably finish above Arsenal. Comfortably.
Yeah, but
They are better than Arsenal.
Arteta's won a trophy. Roy Hodgson has won a trophy. Roy Hodgson done anything
But Ben
for you
That
to
is
want to
true.
say that.
can get into the Arsenal
You couldn't wait to
first team. Ben
you
Teke
couldn't wait
can
to
get
bin
into
him
your team.
though. You couldn't wait to bin
Yeah,
Roy
but
Hodgson when you had
he
him though.
flopped. He flopped at Liverpool. But you can't tarnish a man because he had one bad
Why is it
spell.
so? Okay.
He did well at Fulham.
Arteta's
He was
having
brilliant
a
at
blip,
Fulham.
He's not experienced. Huh?
He did brilliant at Fulham.
He got binned.
After how
Everywhere
many
he's
years?
gone, he's got binned.
After how many
He
years?
can't be that brilliant though. That's what I'm saying.
No, but if you look at the squad, if you look at what he's been dealt with, the Liverpool was a flop. But you look at the squads he's had, I think he does above and beyond. When he had that Fulham team, they should have been relegated how many times, how many seasons? He keeps them up. Crystal Palace is comfortably in the Premier League. Like, they're not going down.
Whoa.
And that's on him.
You lot only saying he's better than Arteta 'cause what's happening now. You wouldn't have said that ending of last season. You wouldn't have said that, yeah, he's better than Arteta. You don't
No,
want
but I
to be
think
comparing to
Arteta's
Arteta.
on it hasn't been around long enough to. I think it's. I don't know. It's.
Yeah,
He's won the
that's
FA
what I'm
Cup.
saying. So
Fair enough. He's won the FA
How can you not
Cup.
compare him to Arteta then? You can't
But he's
compare him
been
to
around
Arteta because
longer.
Arteta's only been again for a short while. Who's
So,
been around?
do you
Yeah,
think
Roy
Arteta's
Hodgson
better
has,
than Roy Hodgson? Do you think that? I just want to know.
I would say he's better. I'm not saying he's better than Arteta because I'm not comparing Arteta to anybody. But when you lot are just coming out and just saying he's better than Arteta, come on, man, give the guy a break. You get what I'm saying?
No,
He's
but-
done a bit of a.
But if
a
you're
bit-
going to look at this season, even if you look at this season
compared
alone,
to every other manager.
come on, Roy Hodgson is clearly better than Arteta. Even this season, when you look at when's the last time he spent more than 20 million, 40 million on someone? Arteta's had 72 million plus to spend. Granted, it's still at the early stages, but Roy Hodgson, look at that. His hands is tied behind his back and they play well. They play decent.
Yeah.
Like they know how to get results. But Arteta at the minute, I just think if Roy Hodgson had the Arteta squad, I think at least he will make them safe. Right now, you don't know if you're safe. You couldn't say the chest. It was
The
safe, man. It
season's
was
still
safe.
early. The season's still
No, that's
early.
true. That's true. That's
Would
true.
you put
Jason-
money on Arsenal getting relegated?
I don't.
No, let me ask you an outside question. Would you put money on Arsenal getting relegated?
I know they won't get
So-
relegated.
I'd
so
put a little
you're saying
cheeky
that,
tenner. What's the odds? What's the odds on Arsenal getting relegated? Does anybody know? Tell me, please. I'll put a little cheeky
No,
tenner
you
on
don't.
that.
No,
3-4 teams worse than them.
I'm talking serious money here, bro. Not £10. You don't mind losing £10. Serious
Yeah,
money.
but
Would you put five bills down?
That's
Would
all I
you
would
put
bet.
five
though.
bills down? Would you put 5 bills down on Arsenal getting relegated?
No, that's a silly.
Alright,
question.
would you put 5
Because
bills
that
down
means
on
you're not that
Arsenal
sure then.
finishing 10th?
You're not
I
that
wouldn't-
sure.
I wouldn't put 5 bills on Liverpool
But
winning
would
the
you-
league, but we think that
But
they're
would
going
you
to
put
win the
5
league.
bills down on Arsenal even finishing 10th? You wouldn't be confident with that bet. Would
Would
you?
you,
be
Jason,
confident,
would
but I
you,
would
in fact,
be confident
actually,
we wouldn't get.
Jason, let
We
me
wouldn't
flip
get.
it.
I would.
Let me flip it,
You're not going to
Jason.
get relegated. Of course,
Jason,
you're not going to get relegated.
would you put 5 bills down on Arsenal staying up?
I'm not going to get relegated.
Jason, let me ask you again. Would you put 5 bills down on Arsenal staying in the Premier League this season? 5 bills, which is £500.
Yeah, because we're not going to get relegated.
So you would? You put 5 bills down?
I'm confident we wouldn't get
You're
relegated.
You're too lie.
Oh,
Look
my
at you,
days.
lying to your face. 5 bills. You ain't betting no 5 bills. You lie.
On the rules. Does anybody in this room believe Arsenal going to get relegated?
No, you're definitely not. You're definitely not going to get relegated.
No, you can't say definite, boy. Can't say
won't.
definite.
But it does feel like Leeds of when was it that they went down? 2003, 4, whatever it was. It does feel like a Leeds moment.
Yeah.
Said, we're only saying that Arsenal can't get relegated because they're Arsenal. It's the same way we all said that Leicester couldn't win the league because it's Leicester. Like, at the end of the day, you get relegated due to poor form. At the moment, I wouldn't bet against Arsenal beating anybody at the moment. If Arsenal went and played West Brom now, I would say West Brom are going to give them a game. West Brom may beat them. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not even dissing them. That's just the reality of the situation. You have lost. Let's move on to Arsenal now. Arsenal lost 2-1 to Everton away from home. And, sorry, we are now, what's the table saying? Arsenal have played 14 games and you've lost 8 games. 8 games, Jason. 8 games you've lost before Christmas. 8 games.
I'm not
8 games.
I'm not making.
Conceded 18.
I'm not making no excuses for it.
It's a madness.
I'm not making excuses for it. Something's obviously going on that we don't know about because, like, the way the team's performing, that's not Arsenal, innit? Compared to how we finished at the back end of last season to how we're performing now, it's a complete contrast. It's a complete difference, innit, in the two. And obviously, I'm not shouting Arteta out because, like, I really wanted to succeed and I really want to see what team he produces, what team he ends up getting when he gets the players that he wants. But at the same time, I feel that he's making decisions that's not making his job any easier. Like, with the starting lineup, he's playing like certain players that shouldn't be playing. Like yesterday's starting lineup, for example, he went with Nketiah up top. I don't rate Nketiah personally, yeah. He's not shit, but he's not Arsenal quality. I think personally he's a championship player, yeah. He's a championship player. For me, Balogun looks better than him. Balogun looks better than Nketiah, but for some reason, Balogun's not getting the game time in the league. I don't know why, because if you want someone trying to gain experience, you have to play them. And he's not playing him. We want him to stay, but if you're not playing him, how can you expect the kid to sign a new contract?
But you know what?
We've got Willian that's coming in. He hasn't performed.
Go on, Jason. Carry on. Sorry.
But what's strange is that you talk about these players, they would never get into your old Arsenal. The old Arsenal of old, like a lot of these players, they're like your League Cup players. Now they're like, we're talking about them, that they're your main star. Sacco is a special talent. But in how's he near the first team?
He shouldn't be near it. He shouldn't be near it at all, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned. I've seen enough of Balogun to know that there's a good striker there. You know what I'm saying? It may have been Europa, but he's quicker, he's more powerful, he's a better finisher. Like, why isn't Nketiah getting more game time than Balogun? I do not understand it. And for me, I know Lacazette hasn't been scoring, but Nketiah shouldn't be starting ahead of Lacazette either, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Lacazette was on the bench.
Willian had a poor first.
But I think that maybe he was getting rested.
He should not be starting ahead of Lacazette. Lacazette's been rested in a few games now. He hasn't started in the last 2 or 3 games. I mean, he played number 10 against who was it? Who did we lose to at the Emirates? Burnley. He played number 10 there. But for me, like, he needs to. If he's not going to start, if Aubameyang's not going to be there to start, and if Balogun's not going to be there to start, Lacazette needs to start ahead of Nketiah, as far as I'm concerned, because Nketiah doesn't strike any fear into any defense. You know what I'm saying? Willian had a poor first half yesterday. me personally, I was calling for him to be subbed at half time. I was calling for Willian and Martinelli to come on. Yeah.
Yeah,
He made the
Martinelli's
subs
a
eventually.
player. Martinelli's a good player. I know he's coming from a
There
bad
you go.
injury, though,
Even
isn't he?
if not, in fact, exactly. If and that's what I'm saying. He's probably next in line. I'd say
he's
after
quality.
Aubameyang, but because he's injured, he can't just throw him in the deep end. Fair enough. But yesterday he was losing 2-1. We need to get that W, man. Put him on at half time. And even when he came on for the little small time that he was on for, he looked like he was like driving forward, trying to get in the box, whatever. But you know, like I said, like, Arteta's not helping himself with his team
Can I ask you
selection.
something, LJ?
Obviously, yeah.
So, like, you played Everton yesterday. Do you feel a little bit disappointed that maybe you could have got their manager, Carlos Ancelotti's? I just think that's a massive miss, like, for Arsenal. Do you think that was a bit of a mistake by the board not to go for that type of experience?
When we was looking for managers, yeah, I didn't want Ancelotti, to be honest. I didn't want him. I didn't want him. I just don't think he would do anything at Arsenal, to be honest.
But you would take him over Arteta, surely.
You probably say that now because of what's happening. But,
I'd have said that in the beginning.
Who's to say in the second half of the season things won't change?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
they
should.
You say
they must improve.
They
must improve.
You don't know.
They won't.
There has obviously. If it doesn't improve, then obviously he's not giving him the job. But we can't say it's not going to improve.
You thought that you were going to get some points. You thought you was going to get some points out of these run of games.
No. I said when I did that tweet. When I did that tweet, I listed 5 games, forgetting that Man City's a Carabao Cup game. Yeah. So take away Man City. I listed who was it? It was Burnley,
Southampton.
Don't worry, I can tell you. You said Burnley at home, Southampton home, Everton away, Man City home, Chelsea home. If we can get our act together, there are games in that list that we can get 3 points from. What games did you look at that and think that you were going to get 3 points from?
No.
Burnley,
I'm saying if we got our act together. No. You think about it, guys. Come on, let's think about logically. Yeah?
If we get our act together, we're going to win the league.
No,
it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Wait. No, wait. No, let. When you think about it, should Arsenal be beating Burnley?
Yeah, it should be.
No. But
don't go on with form. We're talking about as the squad, as you know, Arsenal. Yeah,
player for
should
player.
They be beating Burnley? Yes or no?
Yeah,
you should be beating Burnley.
Should we be beating? Should we be beating Southampton?
But not necessarily.
No. Why should you be beating Southampton?
No, Southampton not necessarily.
No.
Southampton are a better team than you.
Yeah, they're a better team than you, I think.
I'm talking as Arsenal, as good as you know Arsenal can be. Yeah, should we be beating Southampton?
No, but you're talking about Arsenal of old. The Arsenal of now don't necessarily
beat
the last
squad of players now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
for the last 18 months. Southampton don't beat Arsenal. Don't beat Southampton. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Like Danny Ings is better than Aubameyang.
No,
what is it? James Ward-Prowse is better than. Why are you not laughing?
No, why are you saying that? That's not true.
If I got to take a player right now, I take. Over the last 12 months,
you're taking
Danny Ings.
You're saying, Patrick. You're saying that. You're saying
that,
Patrick, because Aubameyang hasn't scored. You wouldn't have said that last season.
I would have, you know.
Last season.
Ings.
No, you wouldn't have.
You're taking a bit.
Bro, how can you say that Ings is better than Aubameyang when Aubameyang was top goal scorer, bro? That doesn't make sense, bro. Come on. Let's fit logically here, lads. It's all good at having a banter and that. Let's fit logically. We know how good Aubameyang can be. Yeah. If Arsenal had their squad fully fit, yeah. If we had our squad fully fit, we should be beating Burnley easy. We should be beating Southampton. We should be beating Everton. Yeah.
What do you mean the squad fully fit?
Chelsea, you could say.
What do you mean fully fit? I thought everyone's fit.
Yeah. That's what fully fit. No, we missed.
Who's
Partey's
missing?
not there. Gabriel's not there.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
to be fair, Gabriel didn't play.
Partey.
Gabriel didn't play because of injury.
But he's not. He wasn't. Yeah, but I'm saying he wasn't there though. He didn't play yesterday. He's because he's suspended.
Yeah,
Partey's
but this is-
injured.
Yeah, but Jason, the point I'm making is when I looked at those games that you listed, this is where you're just not living in the real world, because you can't then right at the end and say and hide behind if we get our act together. You got to look at them games as the way it is now, and the way it is now is the only team that I could see a possible 3 points would have been Burnley. But even in the way you lot have been playing, to me that was a draw all day. A point.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
maximum that you were going to get.
I saw a draw as well. Yeah.
But you lost it, and you ended up getting the point against Southampton.
I firmly disagree, man.
Well, you can't disagree because the proof is in the pudding. So you're wrong. You can't disagree with me.
No, but
the way you are playing,
the way you're looking at it,
look at any team.
It's totally different, bro.
No, you're looking at it wrongly.
You're saying that Arsenal maximum should probably get a draw to Burnley. I'm saying if Arsenal can play football, if Arsenal got their act together and play properly,
you can't play football though. We ain't seen you play football all season. We ain't seen you play football all season, Jason.
Yeah, but we know what Arsenal can do. This is what I'm saying. But if we got our act together.
No, I agree with Jason. Even that crop of players, they should be doing better against Burnley.
Hold on. Let me ask Semps something. Semps, would you have bet on Arsenal against Old Trafford and beating you?
No, I didn't think he was going to beat us.
That's a freak.
I'm saying.
I'm fuming now. We bloody lost to you lot, boy. That's just a joke thing.
No. But on the day, we played well on that day. Yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't played like that.
Well on that day.
You played like that. That's probably your best performance all season.
Which brings back to my point is if we got our act together, we would be beating teams like Burnley. We should be beating teams like Southampton. We should be beating teams like Everton.
So then that's the manager's fault.
This is what I'm saying.
I just the act together thing just doesn't work with me, because if you got your act together, then you wouldn't be sitting in this position anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? You wouldn't have lost 8 games. But you have lost 8 games. You have lost 8 games, and this is the point I'm making: is whilst you're in this position, like now, who's your next game now? Chelsea.
Jesus.
Chelsea.
Okay.
So you're probably looking at L there. Do you know what I'm saying? And then who is it after that? And what I'm saying is no matter what team you play, no matter what team you play now, it's going to be a tough game. And I can't hang on my heart.
I said 6 pointers. Like when you play Burnley, people laughed when I said it. I said it's a 6 pointer because that's where you're at.
Look, we got this question here, Jason. Would you put 5 bills on Arsenal finishing above Palace?
No, we're Palace on the table.
They're above you. That's all you need to know.
13th with 18
points. I know that, but where?
They're 13th, Jason. You're 13th. In 15th. They're 4 points ahead of you.
Okay.
With a game in hand now, I think. Oh no, sorry, equal game.
No.
Sorry.
And they got a game in hand?
No, same game.
Sorry, they haven't. Sorry.
See, you wouldn't. Look, you wouldn't.
Would I put 5 bills on? Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't. Shut up. You're too light. They're lie coming out of Jason Matt today, boy.
No, it's not really a lie, bro. I would put 5 bills down. That's finishing above. Because the
Jason,
second half of the league.
Yeah, go on. Second half of the league.
The second half of the league can't be as bad as it has been in the first half. Something has to change.
You better hope. You better hope it ain't, because if it is, then you lot are definitely on that relegation train, boy.
Yeah. But I mean, when is it gonna? If you was the board, if you was the board, when would you say, enough's enough with Arteta? When do you say, you know what, enough's enough? How many games would you give him? Because as much as I actually like Arteta, and I hope that he does well, but you kind of think that every time I look at that squad of players, as much as they are quite average right now, I just think if Roy Hodgson had that crop of players, I think he'd be doing better. I think if Carlos Ancelotti had those crop of players, they'd be doing a lot better. And someone like Bielsa, I think you'd be getting a tune out of them. So that points the fingers at the manager, no?
Yes, but when you think about it, Arteta got a tune at Spurs last season. Some of these players, yeah, they don't. For me, they don't play as a team. It's like they choose the down tools when they feel like it. If they're not getting where they'll down tool, and for me, I personally think they are playing the way they are playing. They can play a lot better than what they're doing now. As far as I'm concerned, they can.
So Arteta's lost the dressing room, basically. Because that sounds like what you're saying, doesn't it?
But this is it, Saeed. Like, we can say they can play better. Every team that underperforms in a season, like, can play better. Do you know what I'm saying? When Man United don't finish in the top form, at some point in that season, they could have done better. The reality of the situation is there is stuff going on at Arsenal Football Club, I believe anyway, which is, nobody's talking about whether he's lost the players or anything like this. Like, I personally think that this Ozil situation is causing a problem. I think it's causing a problem with the players as well. And not only that is, big up Free Midfield podcast. Somebody on their podcast made a great point about the way Arteta's come in and handling certain men like Saliba and Guendouzi. Do you know what I'm saying? There's the whole Ozil situation. He's coming with a very heavy hand, like as if he is the man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like as if he's a Sir Alex Ferguson, a Pep, that he can come in, throw his weight around as in, I'm the man, I've been there. Like even a Jose could come in and dash away a couple man because that's the way he's kind of carrying on, and it's kind of backfiring at the moment. Do you get what I'm saying?
It feels like that as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's getting the reaction from the players that he really wants.
I mean, look at the petulant with the players as well. I mean, that's even slightly worrying as well.
Yeah, the red card.
Gabriel, these red cards. I think they're snippets of what's really happening. Has he lost the respect? I don't know.
What do you think, Jason? People in the comments, what do you think on that one as well?
I really don't know, but I think Arsenal got some bad eggs in that squad that they need to get rid of.
Like who?
I agree.
I think Xhaka's one of them. I think Bellerin's one of them.
Xhaka seems to be one that's loved by the manager because Arteta wants to come out and throw Pepe under the bus when he gets a red card, but then when Xhaka gets a red card, he's all like, he knows he's in trouble. He's a great trainer. He's this, he's that. Doesn't sound like he's a bad egg to Arteta.
I personally think he is. Yeah, man. I think
it seems like a Spurs situation.
I mean, they are going to go in June,
man.
What do you mean,
with Poch? Like what happened with Poch? The Champions League season, everything was great, and then the season after, we all heard rumors that he wanted to get rid of certain players, but ultimately that didn't happen. And naturally, these bad eggs are certainly germinating and ultimately cost him his job. And I wonder if that's the same thing with because we all knew that Arsenal wanted to trim down you've got like 8 defenders or something like that, but yet they're still on your books. They haven't been given a squad number, but yet they're still training with players that he's trying to get his message across. I even hear some of them train with kids, and that's a disrespect. Someone also trains with under 18s or something like that. I heard, so how surely that's going to be detrimental. Yeah, I heard something crazy. I think even the PFA are trying to step in to stop something like this happening going forward.
No, he's
I heard he's isolated. To Ozil.
No, he's training with the first team. Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen pictures of him in the first team training.
But even all of that can't be good for the squad harmony.
I think that's come from above, though. I don't even think that's an Arteta decision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it has to come from above. I mean, why would you omit Ozil? It doesn't make sense.
There's big problems at Arsenal. We'll move on soon, but Jason, just before we wrap up, and people in the comments as well, what are you saying? You're Arteta in or you're Arteta out? Let me know, Jason.
I'm Arteta in at the moment.
Serious?
I would say Arteta in over the next. At least give him another 5 games and sort of see where he goes from there.
I want to see what
8 defeats before Christmas, though.
Yeah, it's not good. 8
defeats before Christmas.
Need a window open, I think.
It's bad, but
like Jason,
what he does in January.
You got onto me when I said maybe even a top. I think it was a top 6 finish. I said maybe even too high for you, and you was like, what? You got all angry at me. Like these times now, we're talking about you. We're talking about you finishing top 10. That's what we're talking about now. We're talking about you
think
finishing
that's,
in the top half of the
bro.
table.
I
Because
think it's
the other
impossible.
thing, yeah, is the second half, the second round of games. You've already lost 8, yeah. The second round of games, you literally have to do a Man United now of last season, where Man United went unbeaten from February towards the end of the season. That's basically what you got to do. Otherwise, because you've lost 8, you lose potentially to Man United in the second round of games, to Spurs again, to Liverpool, to City. That's already another 4. That's 12 losses. Do you get what I'm saying? You pick up another maybe against one of the teams that you shouldn't, which can happen. You could all be looking at 14, 15 losses by the end of this season. And that's not even a madness. I mean, that's not even crazy.
Yeah. It's true what you're saying. I can't even deny it.
Because when I look at Arsenal play, I just think if I was an Arsenal fan, the only games I'd probably feel confident you might get a result. Maybe it's like basically the teams beneath you, like Brighton, Fulham, Burnley, West Brom, Sheffield United. Other than that, I think if they get a draw, they're done well.
Okay, look at this question. This comment here from Foddy. Forget the Chelsea game. After that, we have Brighton, West Brom, Palace, Newcastle. 10 points minimum. So I look at these games and I don't see 10 points. I don't see 10 points.
I could see maybe 9, I think, there.
Do you really? You would bet on them beating Brighton? You would bet on them beating Brighton?
Yeah, I think if they know they have to, and they know Arteta's going to go, I think they would just step up.
West Brom now, new manager bounce. You see what West Brom did the other day with Slaven Bilic before he got, against Man City. You saw the performance they put in then. Even it looks like they gave Villa a game today. I didn't see it, but I saw little snippets. Newcastle are very unpredictable. I do not see 10 points.
I think they've smacked Newcastle.
The thing with the Arsenal board, in other clubs, Arteta would have most likely been sacked. But I think with the Arsenal board, they don't really want to become that club where they're chopping and changing managers so frequently. They want stability. So I think they're gonna just ride out through January, see what they can bring in, and then hopefully the team picks up in the second half. That's all I can put it down to.
All right, let's move on then from Arsenal, because we've given too much time to Banter FC. Pat's just jumping in. He's gonna miss most of the jokes, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Those games there is going to be very important for Arsenal. It's going to be very important for Arteta. And personally speaking, I don't see 9 or 10 points out of them games. But if things are going to turn around for Arsenal, it's going to happen in that run of games. So let's wait and see. You know what? Let's move on, because Pat's just jumped back in. I don't know how long we're going to keep him for, because he is definitely struggling with his Wi-Fi, boy. Certain people's Wi-Fi can't handle the live streams. That is struggling, boy. You know what? We'll talk about United and then talk about Tottenham if he manages to join us. But
using mobile data, isn't it?
Yeah, T-Mobile. Oh man, Manchester United 6, Leeds United 2, in was a mad, entertaining game. Something I called, because I was speaking to one Leeds fan on Twitter last week or in the week, and me and him were going, and I said, look, it's going to be an entertaining game. There's going to be goals. There's no way that's finishing 0-0. Even one of my friends tried to say to me 1-0. I was like, don't be stupid. This game ain't finishing 1-0. Mad entertaining. To me, it was just a straight shootout, boy. Who can score the most goals today is going to win the game. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, Manchester United doing all right. Up into what position we into now? Man United up into third position. 13 played, so we got a game in hand on everybody. And we're on 26 points, level on points with Everton, 1 point behind Leicester, and we play Leicester next game. Yeah, man. What's that? 5 points behind Liverpool. Again, game in hand on them.
You sound so happy the way you're saying this,
You should be.
You know why? Because You know how this is how crazy football is, yeah. Man United got smoked 6-1 at home by Spurs, and them days there, I'm saying Ollie's gonna be out by November. I think it was November the 3rd or something when he'll be out by then. You know, we even play Arsenal, we lose to Arsenal. You seen them Arsenal fan TV videos, innit? Take time with it, take time with it, take time with it. They were happy after that result. And yeah, man, like as fans, we can be reactionary, can't we? Like, I think it's just natural for you to do that, not really understanding the fact that a season is long. You know, Spurs, Pat comes back or not, we're going to discuss Spurs as well, because Spurs have been guilty about it. I've seen loads of Spurs fans posting tables in November, like the league is won in November. But as a Man United fan, yeah, man, I thought that our season was going to fizzle away. I'm not going to get excited like some United fans are, thinking that we can win the league. I still think we're a long way. I still see a lot of issues, even in the games that we win. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Sai, you said today it's on Ollie. I think Ollie went with a game plan that worked today. It worked. He had Scott McTominay and Fred in there that are going to be busy. And I think we more or less ran the same as Leeds today. And I think that's a thing that you need to do, is outrun Leeds if you're going to have any chance of winning. So you can see he put the legs in there. So I have to give him the credit. It wasn't a starting lineup I was happy with, but it paid off. So I have to give him credit where credit's due. But with that said, you can still see the issues with Manchester United. Like we conceded so many chances today. They could well have scored 6 goals themselves today. And that's not even being generous. They could have scored 6 today easily. But with that said, we could have easily scored another 6. Do you know what I'm saying? We missed loads of chances ourselves. But this is a game. You know, I talked to you and I said that there's nobody that counters better than us, Sai. And then you was like Spurs. And I'm like, the reality of the situation is Spurs have only been doing this counter-attacking thing for 5 minutes just this season in spells, in games. Man United have been doing this under Ollie for a hot minute now. That's what we do. We took 6 points off Chelsea and 6 points off City last season. Do you know what I'm saying? We didn't do that by controlling the football and doing all that. It's hitting teams on the counter. So that's why I was always kind of confident with today that we will get a result, because we know Leeds can only play one way. One way of playing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I knew that they will give us chances, but it's the problem that when we play teams that are gonna sit behind, let us have possession of the football, the double bust. That's the teams that we're gonna struggle with. But right now, I'll take it, man. I'll take it all day long, because we're in the mix. We are in the mix.
Yeah, you just been grinding out results, steadily plodding through. And you know what? I think where Ollie deserves credit is, you guys could have just thrown in the towel, being 2-0 down, and I think 6 games, isn't it? You come back from, and I thought, wow, that's great resilience. That is resilience, and I think at the minute, I've always thought Ollie's not that much better than Arteta, but now I look at it, I think that's what Arteta needs. He needs, like, the players look like they were fighting for Ollie, like they don't look like they've given up. I mean, there's clearly flaws at the back, but you know, going forward, United their team look good, man. Look awesome.
This is what I'm saying. You can see Man United, they play as a team. You know what I'm saying? It's not about individuals. They play as a team. Whereas Arsenal is more, to me.
Isn't that trained though? To me, that's what I think. It just looks like it's trained. Like Arsenal look like the last couple of games. Something doesn't look right. Like the movement.
Welcome back, Pat. Welcome back.
Yeah, my internet today has been a myth. I don't know what's going on. It's mad.
No,
T-Mobile's having problems. Though, to be fair, man. EE's having problems.
It's not T-Mobile. I've got Sky Q, but I don't know what's going on, man. Today's been a myth. Just been chopping out. It's crazy. I've reset it like 3 times now. So yeah. Last thing I remember is when I was speaking about Danny Ings over Aubameyang, and then it just threw me out. So I missed everything.
StreamYard didn't like that, boy. They said, "What nonsense
Yeah.
you're chatting?" Get out of that thing. But yeah, Jason, you were saying about Man United play as a team. So I actually don't agree with that. I think in a lot of the games where because you got to remember, apart from today, we start slow in every single game. We go 1 goal behind or 2 goals behind, or it's a boring 0-0 draw. And what's got us into this position is the fact that, which I do agree with from the Arsenal fans when they talk about the players that Arsenal have, Man United have good players. You know what I'm saying? I remember being on Instagram, going at some guy, and I just thought, you know what, he's a Liverpool fan. And to be fair, he chats a lot of rubbish. And he was like, Man United got average players. Now, no matter what anybody wants to say about Man United, I'll take a lot of stick on everything because I'm one giving a lot of the stick. But we ain't got average. We got a lot of good players. Obviously, there's average players there, but we've got a lot of good players. And it's in games where them players turn it on in moments. We've only played in moments, you know. In this season, we've played in moments. 20 minutes here, half an hour here. That's what we've done, and then we've turned games for us. So that's what I want to see more of. I want to see more of us playing as a team, more tactics, more of style and a way of playing, other than the counter-attacking thing that I know that we do very well. But you know, I saw today. We brought on Donny van der Beek and Cavani. Maybe that is the difference between us and an Arsenal. 100% is that our squad
quality
that we can now, that we can now bring off the bench. Pogba didn't even come on the field today. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're leaving out a player like Pogba today, and we can still go and do that. So, you know,
with that being said, then Semps, don't you think if you had a slightly a quality-based manager with that proper players, do you think that could be a title challenging squad?
I personally feel, and I've said this to a few, and United fans will back me up, or not back me up, but they would agree that I've said this, is that this is why I'm, you know, Ollie out, not Ollie out shouting from the rooftops, but I'm saying Ollie's not on the same level as Klopp, and he never will be, in my opinion. He's not on the same level as Pep, and he's never going to be, in my opinion. He's not ever going to be what Jose was. And that's what we need to get us to the next level, because that's where we need to be. That's where we need to be getting. Man United need to be winning titles. We need to be winning European Champions Leagues. We need that elite manager to get us to that next level. And I don't believe Ollie is that guy. And because he's got great players is why we can do what we're doing at the moment. But if we had that elite manager to just make a few tweaks here and there, you know, get a different defensive partnership, because Maguire and Lindelof doesn't work long term. Just make a few tweaks here and there. The next manager has got a great basis to work from. And you know what? That's one thing I'll give Ollie his props for, is that he came in a time where obviously after Jose we was in a bad way, and he has shored up the ship. He's steadied the ship. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got rid of a few deadwood. He's brought a sort of energy back to Man United, where it's more positive than negative. Do you get what I'm saying?
More cohesion.
Even the way he's dealt with the whole Pogba scenario, I think he's dealt with it really well. And you can see that the players,
and Greenwood as well, I thought he dealt with that really well.
He has. So you can see the players are playing for him. Every time we think his head's on the chopping board, they come through. I don't think there's nothing about they're not playing for him. I just think that he's not good enough to get us to that next level. And that's why I want now is a manager to then take us on to the next level. But I give him respect for getting us to this position, if that makes sense.
So what three managers out there, if you can grab, would you think fits that United squad and your philosophy?
Boy, I'm a Poch man, innit? I personally love. I think that Poch is made for Man United right now. I personally think that, from his style of football, even to him not being a manager that's is used to spending big, if that makes sense, because we got to remember the board that we're dealing with. Whilst we've spent a lot of money, it's in certain periods, it's weird, it's sporadic. They don't always back the manager when the manager needs to be backed. So I think it's sort of a perfect fit for Poch to come in and take the reins now. And I personally think Poch is an elite manager. Now I know people will say, well, what has he won? He hasn't won anything. But this is what I've said before, and me and Pat have had discussions about this. It's not always about winning trophies, because Arteta's won a trophy. But are we now saying that Arteta is a level manager?
He's won 2, according to some of my Arsenal friends. He's won 2 trophies. They keep telling me that. Because now all of a sudden the Charity Shield is a trophy. So yeah, he's won 2.
It's a minor cup. It is minor, but it's a trophy.
That's come on. It's a trophy. It's a trophy. But
See,
it's a trophy, though.
So Semps, you stand corrected. He's won 2 trophies. Don't forget it, Semps. He's won 2.
It's a trophy, bro.
Yeah. So there you go. So this is what I'm saying. It's not always about winning trophies. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, trophies, when you look back, is what you're going to be measured on. But I think that what's Poch achieved at Spurs, taking them from a nothing club to a club now that they can sit there and stand with their chest held high and give lyrics to everybody else, because they've been consistent over a number of years, brought through the likes of your Harry Kanes. I think he's a serious guy. But if it wasn't to be him, then I do like my man at RB Leipzig as well. I do like my guy over there. Okay. So yeah, maybe one of them two. You know, your Allegri's and all of that. I'm not really, for me, that's not Man United. That's not Man United, you know. But
what about Conte?
Hell no. I just
it's
this because it's about, like, I've heard some people mention Diego Simeone before as well, and I'm just like,
that's enough of Jose.
That's not Man United football. That's not, you know what I'm saying? We like, however it is the game like what we saw today against Leeds. That's a Man United game. Do you know what I'm saying? End to end, a little bit of defensive, you know, mistakes or whatever, conceding chances, but end to end. No, you obviously you can't play like that for a whole season, because you get found out, and you know. But in certain games, you need to be expansive. You need to be attacking. You need to go for it, man. You need to take risks. You need to be players.
Talking about Leeds, why don't people actually get onto Leeds? Leeds are not doing that great, for being honest. They've lost a lot of games. Today they got, listen, this is what I find crazy, and it's not you guys. I'm just saying, why did this happen? Leeds shipped 6 goals today. If another team let 6 goals, they would get battered on social media. They would get ridiculed. But because it's Leeds, it was a great game. It was entertaining, but they let 6 goals. Do you know what I mean?
No, but let's look at it. They let 6 goals against.
It doesn't matter. It
doesn't
matter. It doesn't matter. 6 goals is 6. West Brom,
they come from the Championship,
got beaten 6. But so did West Brom. And when West Brom get beaten like that, they finished.
Look at where they are.
Do you know what I mean?
They are where they are.
But Leeds ain't that good that much better.
They've got to get respect. They're 4 teams now, and they just come up.
They got beaten 6-2. What do you mean they got to get respect? They got beaten 6-2.
That's Man United.
Bro, it's Man United, but other teams don't get beaten. Other teams don't get beaten 6-2 by Man United. Do you know what I mean? It's not like this is the perception. This is what I'm saying about perception and reality and what the media feed into people. Because people are, Leeds play fantastic football. And Gary Neville said, every time I look at the thing, I see when Leeds are playing. Leeds keep getting beaten. Like, you can't be telling us fantastic. Bro, this is the Premier League. When you come up, you're trying to win games. It don't matter about better. You have to win games. It's not sustainable the way they're playing.
That's perspective, though. They play gung-ho football. That's their style.
Yeah, they play gung-ho football, but they're getting beaten. That's my point. And when other teams
against better sides.
Yeah, but if another team gets beaten 6-2, it's not about, was it the better side? They're like, the manager should have set up shop at 2-0 or 3-1 or whatever. But when it's Leeds, it's like, it was a fantastic game of football. And I'm just saying, why the Leeds get away with that when other teams will get battered for losing 6-2?
You know why, Pat? Because they're managed by Bielsa. That's why.
It's nonsense, man. It's nonsense. I'm sorry. Like, you got battered 6-2. Like, you need to hold some corn in it. Like, because no one, every single media publication or every single pundit has been like, it was a fantastic game of football. Leeds great, this and that. They weren't great. They got beaten 6-2. Do Do you know what I mean?
So
It's
what's your
mad.
argument? Do you think he shouldn't be in the job, or what
No,
are you
my
saying
argument is
with
that why people need to keep it consistent and they need to judge every team like properly, innit? Because 6-2 is 6-2. That's a bad fucking scoreline.
You,
That's not good, man.
you know what it
To
is.
concede.
You know
Yeah,
what it is.
I
With,
agree. I agree.
I just think is Bielsa's just everybody loves the way Leeds play, isn't it? And then it just sort of overlooks their flaws. But what Pat is saying is right to, I won't say right to a degree. What Pat is saying is right, is because, and it's stuff that I've been saying today in my Man United groups about the way we set up today. And I've been saying, I'm like, at the end of the day, we are playing a team that's just come up from the Championship, a team that is 14th in the league on 17 points. Before today, they had lost 6 games. So I was
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
why are we gonna go and give this team respect? We should have played your Pogba, I thought, in the beginning. But you know what? Ollie knew what to do. He managed the game in his head that, you know what, there's different ways to skin a cat. Let's let them just do their thing, let them play, and then we'll just exploit the spaces. But Bielsa just has one way of playing. Like, I do think if it was any other manager, because we have criticized Pep Guardiola for this, or I know I have, saying he just always goes one way, and I don't think that you can
I
play
think
like that.
though. Klopp's the same as well. You know what you're gonna get when you play Liverpool, Man City. You know what you're gonna get. It's their philosophy.
But you know
I
what?
think
No, but it's go on, Pat.
So I was going to say with Leeds, they got to be careful because if they're not careful, they're going to get dragged into the relegation scrap. And Bielsa and those players and the way they play, you wouldn't have expected that, especially with the way the media hyped them up. But they're on 17 points now, right? I think Arsenal are on. I think Arsenal are about the same
Arsenal
amount of points.
Arsenal 14.
Yeah, and then you got a few other teams on around about 10, 11 points. So if they're not careful, they're going to get sucked back in. And you just wouldn't expect that with. Yeah, I'm just saying
But look at their squad though. The beginning of the season, forget how they play then, yeah? We look at their squad and we know that they just come from the Championship. Do we not still agree that what they're doing is still overachieving, no?
Bro, they got Rodrigo, who's a very good player. He plays for Spain and he was doing bits in La Liga. They got Rafinha, who's a very good player. Patrick Bamford is a decent striker. It's not like they ain't got.
He's a championship striker, though, isn't he?
He
You
scored,
guys
he
always
scored
used
8
to
or 9.
talk about it. I like him, but I've heard
he's got
others say he's a championship striker.
Yeah, he's got 8 or 9 goals. Do you know what I mean? Kyle Fisher's a good. They got players though. It's not like there's some dead team. Like they got players in that team.
But
what
when you
I'm
look at
trying to
their
say
squad,
is that
they shouldn't be ahead of Arsenal, should they? Player for player,
no, obviously
they
not.
should never ever be ahead of Arsenal.
No, obviously not. But then Bielsa is obviously a better manager than Arteta, isn't he? So
that's what my point. So you wasn't here before. So I'm saying, should Arteta now? This is what I was saying before. So if Bielsa had that Arsenal squad, what do you reckon he'll do with it?
He would do better.
He'd be much better. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that.
Dead. All of these Arsenal fans trying to back Arteta, I don't. It's like I understand it, but Arteta's washed. He's a dead manager.
Arteta's not a good manager. And when I used to banter saying the water boy and this and that, I was obviously saying that because the guy's got no experience. And you're seeing that on the side against Everton on Saturday, he looked lost. Do you know what I mean? He didn't know he was out. He's out of his depth. Like I'm not even bantering. I'm just saying he doesn't look like he's got.
I think for him at this stage,
it's not the club that's too big. It's the project. Because if Arsenal were in good hands, he would be fine. But because there's so much going on, it's kind of above it. It's a shame because the guy is a good manager. He's a good young guy, but it's just
a good coach.
Yeah, the project that he's stepped into was beyond him. Do you know what I mean? And that's
a great point. Right now. That's a great point, Pat. Because really and truly, like he's not just walked into. He's walked into something that's like a rebuild, innit? It's like
exactly
that's wrong at Arsenal. He's got to try and fix. And if a man has got no experience in managing anyway, to then walk into that, I think it was always going to be hard for him.
Yeah, bro, you got to think about it. He's had to manage the whole Ozil situation, which is a big mess. Guendouzi is a big mess. Guendouzi, sorry, however you want to say it. The fact that Toyota is on loan, and he was one of their best. Yeah, he was one of their best players. Yeah, Torreira. Then you got Saliba. There's a lot of problems there, man.
Yeah, what's happened with Saliba?
All of that. That's what I'm saying, and I'm seeing social media things where these guys are talking about they should be playing and they're getting frozen out and all of this, and then obviously it's a lot. There's a lot going on there, man, and he's had to manage that as an inexperienced manager. It's too much. So
Yeah, that's what we spoke about while you was away, Pat. Is I think
sorry, man.
those things are playing a part. And as I said
the
before,
timing.
many times, footballers are human beings. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not robots. Like I've played in teams. If your brethren has been frozen out or this player's not playing when you know he should be playing, remember as well, when you're playing on a football team and you look around and you know that certain players are dead, you're not happy.
Yeah.
You're not happy when certain players ain't in the team. And straight away, you're just like, inside, you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? And then another loss, and you're like, why is this man not playing? Like, we need this. So there could be a bit of that going on as well. There could be a bit of that, man. So just to address these questions there regarding Leeds, Mesh, you said a lot of media is driven by fan reaction, so maybe Leeds fans trust their manager. I can categorically tell you from speaking to 2 Leeds fans this week and knowing how they feel about 3 of them actually. Everybody from Leeds loves Bielsa. You know what I'm saying? What they said, he took them from being a championship team, finishing 15th in the championship, to now going and holding their own against Europe's best in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of the situation. They haven't looked out of place in this league. And so, Bielsa, they love Bielsa. Go on, Jason. You want to say something?
No, I agree. They don't look out of place in the league.
Yeah.
No team can play them and think it's guaranteed going to be an easy game or you're going to get the 3 point. You're on edge.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know they're going to work you.
Yeah, I didn't see. At 4-1 up, second half, my heart's still beating. I'm thinking they get one goal because they keep creating. I wasn't sitting cool all that half.
They keep going.
Keep going, man. And boy, I think they'll be okay this season. Pat, I'm guessing you think they'll be okay as well, right?
Yeah. Now my problem isn't with Leeds as a foot. My problem is with the media and how they portray them. Because if you get beaten 6-2, that's a bad beating. That's what I'm trying to say. But they will not say, "Oh, you know what, Leeds should do." It's all like, "Oh, well done, keep going." But if you keep holding corn like that, you're going to be in trouble, isn't it? And that's my point. You can't just go gung. Anyway, it's I think I've explained.
They conceded 30 goals as well. I think they conceded.
That's what I'm saying. They've conceded a lot and they've lost a lot of games.
The most goals.
There you go. There you go. It's not sustainable football. It's not sustainable football, man. It's not sustainable.
Jason, are Leeds going to finish above Arsenal?
I don't think so. I think Arsenal.
I'd like to say no.
See, I'll bet you $5 billion now that Leeds finish above Arsenal.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm joking. I ain't betting $5 billion.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, I won't bet that. I'm not betting that because I don't really care who finishes above who, to be honest. But, I do think that Leeds will finish above Arsenal, though. I do, because Leeds can score goals, Arsenal can't, and that's not even banter. You need to be able to score goals in this league. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because even though they conceded 30, they've scored 24 goals, man. That's big in the Premier League. Even their first season. And how much
have Man United scored as a side? You got it there on the screen.
Man United scored 21. No, sorry, 28. 28. Sorry, 28.
How many have Spurs scored? Just out of curiosity.
Spurs have scored 25.
Oh, okay. And
we scored more goals than Spurs.
Yeah.
Having played a game less.
Yeah.
Rotted.
What about
They've got the meanest defense.
With it.
Arsenal scored 12.
Wow.
Oh no.
That is childish.
Oh gosh. Let me just answer this question there, Gazimbo. No. I would, of course, I'll take Bielsa at United. I would 100% take him, but Bielsa would need to change up the style for certain games. You just can't play gung ho every single game. Like
you need to have athletic players, innit?
You got to you love the athletic players, but you got to be able to change it up, man. You got to be able to change it up. Like Fergie was
I could be
brilliant
wrong.
at that back in the day. Whenever we used to play Arsenal, obviously Arsenal loved the tick-attacker football. Fergie used to just say, all right, you man do your tick-attacker nonsense. And we used to do
man
counter
behind the
attack. You
ball.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you not saying that Bielsa hasn't got a plan B?
He
No.
doesn't look that way.
No.
I don't think he does.
No plan
He ain't
B.
So
got
does
plan B.
that make
B
him
or C.
does that make him the coach that everyone does that make him the coach that everyone's portraying him out to be?
I still
Yeah,
think he does, man.
because the plan
That's
B
his
that he
philosophy.
doesn't have is because he doesn't want to have. I think he
It's not
could
that he
create
can't.
one if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He's just,
He
I want to play
believes
this
in what he
way
does.
and I play this
Yeah.
way. It's just like Pep. It's the same
Yeah.
thing
And
about
Klopp,
Pep.
we're the
And
same.
all them man there, Pep and Poch. I think Pep as well come from his
Yeah,
school,
they
innit?
come from
Yeah,
his
his school.
Under his,
academy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
they learnt from
there's
him.
Under his
Yeah, man.
tutelage. Yeah.
What's this? Hey, save us. Start a second half. Yeah. But you know what? We missed loads of chances as well, Gazimbo. So it was just one of them games. It was. You saw Man United had 14 attempts on target. They only had, I think it was 4. So like we could definitely have scored more. What's this? Well said, Pat. He walked into a 10-year mess.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. He
The
does.
surprise 12 goals. Yeah.
Oh, no,
That-
12.
that-
That is childish. That's hella
Yeah.
childish.
That 12 was a madness. I didn't expect that. I need to timestamp that because I'm gonna post
The
that.
goal.
Oh,
The goal against Everton was a penalty
You guys
as
can
well,
laugh.
innit?
You lot.
Mate, only Burnley,
what?
Burnley, West Brom, and Sheffield United got less. That's
Let's
relegation.
see.
Yeah.
Listen. Let's see
6
how
pointers,
it
you know,
looks
against Burnley.
in May. Let's see how it looks in May.
Yeah.
Well,
Jason, on the level, are you worried right now? Like no banner. I'm
Gotta
just
be.
talking as fans.
In regards about what,
in
like,
regards
what
to your form,
like
in
if we get
regards to
relegated or
no, not just relegated, but in regards to your form and goals scored, the fact that you can't win a game and the fact that you can't, it doesn't look like you can score goals.
Yeah.
Are you worried?
Yeah, of course I'm worried. Of course I'm worried.
Mm.
Of course I'm worried because obviously, like, you know, it's making us look bad in the league. We're not scoring goals, we're not winning games. So obviously, and it's not like it's 1 or 2 games. It's happening like 5-6 weeks in a row now. Obviously, I'm worried, but you know, I'm not the manager in it. You know, they Arteta and whoever has to fix it. I only can say what I think.
Do you still
just
believe
lose
in
confidence,
Arteta?
man.
Do you still believe in him? Do you think he's good?
I'm Arteta. I'm Arteta in for now.
Okay.
next 5
Because
games, isn't it?
I personally don't think anyone that comes in right now is gonna. You probably get a little bounce.
Big
back
Sam will
squad.
do better. Big Sam
then-
will be made for you.
Sam, you know,
Am I wrong?
I personally, I don't agree. I personally don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Sam.
Gents, let's move on from dead Arsenal anyway. Take up too much time. Let's move on though to Spurs, people. So people in the comments, we're moving on to Spurs now. Has the wheels of the bus fallen off, Pat? Has the wheels of the bus fallen off?
No.
The double-decker bus.
You got to remember, we've had a mental run-in that in terms of our fixtures, the games that we played back to back have been incredibly tough. The Liverpool game was a good game. It was a finely balanced game. 2 different styles coming together. Obviously, we lost in the end, the late goal. That was a tough loss. But Liverpool deserves to win, so it is what it is. Today, we had lost. This is our 3rd loss now. Today we were awful. We never got going. So, you know, give credit to a better team. Leicester were a better team today. We just weren't at the races, man. There was no good performer for us. I can't even single someone out. To give that penalty away just before half time was just ludicrous.
Surge.
And there was no.
Aurier.
It come out of nowhere. You know what? In real time, I actually missed it. I didn't see it. But as soon as they played it back, as soon as they played it back, I was like, "That's fair." I was like, "There's no way that's not going to get given." Obviously, going down 1-0 at half time killed us. But we came out second half and we didn't do much. That Maddison goal, I was surprised it got chopped off. I thought it was good. Do you know what I mean? They called it offside, so we got another bite at the cherry. And then we were really unlucky because he brought in Ndombele to bring on Bale, And then as soon as he brought on Bale, our creative players in the Celso went down. So I was like, oh, here we go. So we had.
But you say you're a creative player. Isn't Bale meant to be coming on to be creative? No.
Nah, Bale's not. Bale's no like number 10. He's not gonna like pick a pass and do all of that. That's either Lo Celso or Ndombele. So both of them going off. It was, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we've now lost 3 games. So to say that the wheels come off, no, I don't think so. We pretty much played all the top 8 or 9 teams now. So we just go again, innit? I don't know what the smirks are for.
Who's your next game? Who's your next game, Pat?
We got Wolves and then we got Fulham. Our running gets a lot easier now. So we'll be fine.
Yeah, you've played all the tough games. You have.
We had a bad day at the office today. We weren't good at all. But it's one of those things, man. We can't play good every game. I don't think the wheels will come off. We lost 3 games. There's a lot of overreacting on social media. That's just how it is. But yeah, for me, like I said, I never thought we were gonna challenge for the league. So I'm not like, oh my god, we're this and that behind. I thought we'd finish 3rd. I still think that. So it is what it is, man. We just gotta make sure we get some wins because everyone else is getting them W's, isn't it? So the table's really congested.
So one thing I want to ask, because I've said it on here, I've come up here a few times and I said this Bale signing got all of the Spurs man gassed, but he's old. He hardly is played for Real Madrid, and he's an injury prone player. So I always question what type of an impact this guy was really going to have, and you can already see that Jose doesn't trust him enough to throw him into certain games. He brought him on today, and he done nothing. Again,
but Bale can't play left back no more, innit? Or right back. And to play for Mourinho, you've got to play left back and right back. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to be a James Milner.
Yeah, but but he's managed Bale at Real Madrid.
Yeah, he was probably playing that wing back. Get the legs there.
It's got nothing to do with wing back or this and that. He just didn't have a good game. When he come in, he wasn't playing as a wing back. He got a lot of ball, but he wasn't doing anything. He was just cutting in, trying to run past 1 or 2 players and passing it. So yeah, he didn't. But then no one really did anything for us.
Was Jose there when Bell was there?
Yeah,
Jose
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, he did have him. Yeah, he even said so. I think commenter said that he's worked with him.
I don't remember that.
When something with him, innit?
Like Pat, you just said it there. Like, our creative player came off. Like, just totally ignoring the fact that you had Bell on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? And I understand why. Bell ain't doing anything.
Yeah, he's not a creator. He's not someone that's going to get the ball. Like with Lo Celso, he's going to drive at players and try and pick locks and same with Ndombele. The fact that Bond came off, that killed us because it was just lopsided. You got Lucas, Bale, Son, Kane, and who else? We had one more attacking player, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was lopsided. It was a poor game.
Can I ask you something though, Pat? Yeah. Can I ask you something because I've been saying this to some Spurs like that. It was great a week ago that you guys were up there and you were doing the double decker bus and you were just running at results, counter attack, 2 shots, but you won. Do you know what I mean? But I was saying to, I think, like, I won't say his name, but I was saying, will Jose be a lot more expansive against teams that are deemed lesser sides than you? Like, do you think how Jose set up the points today?
Because we didn't set. This is what I mean. If you actually watch the game, we didn't set up to counter attack today. I think we had more of the ball. We didn't play a low block game. We had the ball, but we just didn't do anything with it. So it depends who we play because we haven't played that type of football against everyone. So it depends who we're playing. The having the ball thing is not the problem. It's just that we didn't create anything today. I don't really remember testing Schmeichel other than Harry Kane running and pinging a shot. We didn't really do much. So yeah. So it was just a bad game of football, man. What about
the Palace game? I was shocked because I look out for Spurs as well. I've been enjoying what you guys have been doing, but I was expecting maybe slightly more expansive against a team that I would have expected you guys to be a lot more superior. But it seemed like once you scored, they kind of started to get back in the game. What was your opinion on that game? Did you expect a bit more?
Yeah, I thought we'd win that game. So it was once we scored, I think the problem with that game is that once we scored, we were too negative. Instead of going for the second or third goal, we sat back, and Palace pushed and pushed, and it's only when they scored then we started to try and play again. And I'm like, why didn't we just do that when we were 1-0 up? We would have blown up at war. Because at 1-1, it was all us again. But it shouldn't be playing like that. So. But all of this, like, this is the thing. You lot saying, like, this guy here saying parking the bus. We don't park the bus in every game. This is the problem. Like, instead of
Wait,
people
but
trying to be
read
funny,
the question though. He says, Pat, do you
but
think
instead of
parking
people trying to be
the
funny, why don't they
strategy
actually talk about the thing? Because
will work long term for your players?
It's not
I think
funny,
you're
innit?
better
It's like
playing.
we can all ha.
Yeah, but
it's not funny.
Pat,
It's like
when
it's
you
dumb.
want to make jokes of other teams, it's all right.
Yeah, but
Just take it,
no,
man.
but the thing is, like, make jokes that actually make sense, innit? Like, because if you watch the football games, you'll see that we don't always play like that. Like today, we park the bus. But
generally,
people saying that.
Pat, generally speaking,
What game have you played? What game
you're-
have you played fluid? What game this season have you
What are you
played fluid? Newcastle, maybe?
I can't.
Southampton second half.
I'm not like digging at Spurs
I
because you
can't,
get
I
the
can't even
results.
I can't even come off for all the games, but I know we don't play like that way in every game because I see it. Do you know what I mean? I if you want, I can go back and do my research, come back to you. But right now, at the top of my head, I can't do it. But
We would
what
like
I'm
that.
saying, say,
If you can,
yeah,
that would be great.
Cool, no problem, because we don't play that way every game, and this is the thing. When people want it's the same thing I'm saying about Leeds. When people saying, "Oh, yeah, it's great to what," it's about Leeds in 6-2. So, and the same thing with us. We don't play that way against every team.
But what I think the general consensus is, and this is always my issue with Spurs fans now, is because everything has changed now. Jose's Spurs manager, because when he was Man United manager, this is the way we played all of the time. So now he's Spurs manager, we don't play like that all of the time. Okay, that's another argument. But the general consensus is that you guys play in a way where you play the low block and you counter-attack teams. And then when you do play your West Broms, your Crystal Palaces, where you're meant to have more of the ball, you do, but you're not fluid. You do struggle to break those teams down because a little bit like Ollie, you don't have a way of playing against those teams that have the low block. Would you then agree with that?
Yeah, but I think that's the same for every team.
That.
I've seen Man City struggle to do that. I've seen Liverpool struggle to do that. That is football. Most teams that set up with a low block, that is the problem. You've got to break them down. And I've seen Man City struggle. I've seen Liverpool struggle. It's not just a Tottenham thing. This is
over the seasons, over the last two seasons, you haven't seen Man City and Liverpool. Yeah, this season you're seeing struggle.
I've seen,
this
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, definitely.
But we're not talking City or not. We're not regarding City as your Liverpool.
But that's what I'm saying. This is my problem. People need to keep it consistent, because if you're talking about Tottenham struggling against a thing, talk about Man City struggling against a block. Talk about Liverpool when they struggle. It's like, why do you only talk about like Liverpool?
Because
like,
personally, I'm thinking that Spurs are possible title challengers. I've already said that I think Liverpool, City are going to finish outside the top 4. So I'm not really worrying about them struggling.
I think City will come strong.
I don't.
We're finishing on top.
I think City are done now. I really do.
They get a striker, they're right back up there.
But are they going to get a striker? Wait, in January.
I think
Where are City in the league?
They
are City in the league.
City is 7th. They
go third.
They go above Spurs. Yeah, they go above Spurs.
This is what I'm trying to say. They're not
Liverpool and City. Yeah, Liverpool and City are better than Tottenham, and I said that. I think Liverpool will win the league. City will finish 2nd. I think we'll finish 3rd, and I think now Man United will finish 4th. That's my top 4. I said before Chelsea, but I don't see them doing anything. I think Man United
can still drop by the wayside, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I don't think Tottenham are a title challenging team. I think we're a good team, but we ain't there yet. And I've been saying from the beginning.
But this is the thing, though. You've got the special one. And you've got the players. Why can't you challenge for the league? Especially with the way their injuries and everything.
It's not. You got double excuses. It's about being realistic. It's not about excuses. About we're not better than Liverpool. Let's cut the crap. We're not better than Liverpool.
That's based on experience. But your squad is brilliant.
No. Based on what's going on right now, and based on the players and We're not better than Liverpool. That's clear. And we're not better than Man City. Man City can turn it on at any moment. Man City, that group of players with that manager have won things. So that's why they're definitely better than Tottenham.
What about Chelsea?
And they will.
Chelsea better squad.
I think it goes up and down with you, Spurs lot. I swear to God. 1 minute you lot are up there, and the next minute you're down there. I can't keep up. I swear to God.
Speak to me, and I can only speak for myself. I've always been consistent with what I'm saying, so I can't speak for everyone.
But then when I knock Spurs' football and that, then you start hitting me up with we're second in the league, we're top in the league, we're this, we're that, we're doing well, and now all of a sudden we're not as good as this team, we're not as good as that team, we're gonna finish third. Like,
but I've always said that though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can say this and that, but I've always said the same thing. You can rewind my things and say I've always said it. Even when we're first, we're not going to finish first. Man City and Liverpool are better than us, and they are. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know what you want me to say.
So what is so basically? So your targets is for you is not winning the league this season. It's what is it? Top 4 finish.
Trophy.
Top 4 in the trophy. That was always what I said was our targets. Top 4 in the trophy.
And then so if you just get top 4, no trophy, you consider that as a bad season?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, definitely. I would.
You said that would be a good season for you.
No, top 4 in the trophy.
Here, you said top 4. If you just had top 4 with no trophy, you'd still be happy with that, and you see progress. No?
I said top 4 in the trophy is what I want. And that's a good season.
Any trophy as well, yeah. Any like league cup.
Yeah. Like, we can't be picky and say, "Oh, I don't want the league cup. I'll take the Euro." I'll take any trophy right now, and a top 4 finish, and then we can build on that. So that's what I expect from us this season. So yeah. So losing 2 games in a row is not good. Of course, it's not. But I don't see it as a catastrophe.
It's early. It's not a catastrophe.
Yeah, it's early, and other teams will drop points as well. We just need to make sure we go back to winning ways now. We need to win, get 3 points.
You've got a good run of fixtures, like you said. You'll be fine. Wolves will go after you, and you'll just batter them, just because of how they play.
I hope so.
But look at this question here, or this comment. Yeah. The lower teams will be trickier for Spurs with the way they play. Can't just sit back and play on the counter. They will need to change it up against the teams that sit deep. Now, this goes back to a conversation that we were having in the group, Saeed and Pat, where, remember, Pat, when you were saying, we've played all the top teams and we're second, sort of implying that you lot are in a better position than other teams. And I was saying that sometimes playing the better teams is better, especially for the way that you play, the way that Man United play. The way Man United play as well. This is why we have last season, as I said, 6 points from City, 6 points from Chelsea, 4 from Spurs, nearly beat Liverpool. Against the bigger teams, we was cool. It was against the lesser teams that we were struggling. And against the lesser teams, Pat, don't you believe that you lot have struggled this season? Like, it took a late goal against West Brom to get 3 points there, if I remember correctly.
Newcastle draw.
3-0. Newcastle we lost. Newcastle.
You drew.
You drew.
You
didn't deserve that.
It felt like a loss. It felt like you're right. Yeah, well, we'll see, innit? I mean, we have struggled against those teams. I'm hoping that obviously something, you learn and obviously you evolve and you develop as the season goes on. So we'll see on that. It's about being able to win the league. Exactly what any sensible Spurs will tell you. Exactly what I've been saying. There are some wild ones out there, but you got to be realistic, man.
But you keep saying being realistic. Like, you lot wax lyrical about the players that you have, and rightly so, because you got players like Son, Kane, Ndombele, Lo Celso. Do you know what I'm saying?
We have a team, but you've got to look at
also you've got the manager. You've got the manager as well. This is something that your Chelseas don't have, your Man Uniteds don't have. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, you've got the manager as well. So then it's a case.
I hear everything you're saying.
And this is his team now.
Man City have
seven signings. It was 6 signings in the summer.
Yeah,
6 signings. Filling the gaps that you said needed filling. So you got all of your bits in place. As Sai said, this is his team now. What is the excuse? What's the excuse?
There's not an excuse. the teams above us is like that are finishing, but are better than us. That's not an excuse. This is
Pat, your Wi-Fi.
Okay,
Pat,
okay.
your
Can I
Wi-Fi.
ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Man City. Anyway, like I don't know, man. I think I'm talking.
Can I ask a
can't.
question? Can I
Can I-
ask a question?
After you said, I've got a question for Pat anyway. I've got a question.
Oh no, you ask then, side. I'll ask mine after.
You sure? No, you go, because you're on form. Go for it.
Oh, okay. You know, I forgot my question now. You ask it. I'm gonna have to remember now.
You're not ain't serious.
You know, I was actually. I was just gonna ask you, what's your opinion
you're not messing about
on the treatment of Dele Alli?
It's a tough one because you know I love
What was
Dele
that?
Alli.
What was the question?
He said,
What's his opinion
what is
on
my
the treatment
opinion on the treatment?
of Dele Alli?
Yeah, it's a tough one because
Oh,
I love Dele Alli, man, and he's one of my favorite players. And you know, I've always stood by him. Even when people said he was dead and he was finished, I stood by him. But I don't know, man, because when he's played, he's not really done much. And I know he's been like, it's hard to do bits and bobs. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know why he's not really getting on the pitch, or why he's not even making the squads. It's a shame because I really want to see Dele do well at Spurs. But at the end of the day, the team comes first, isn't it? And if he's not doing what he needs to do outside of training and stuff, I don't know, man. It's a tricky one. I don't know. Well,
How old is Dele Alli now?
24.
25, I think.
24.
No, he's 24. He's 25 in the summer.
Boy, I'm telling you what, these are important times for him. As I've said on it, I said on here last season, didn't I? He's going to end up like Jesse Lingard. So, mark my words. I called it.
Wow.
I called it, boy.
Let's hope
He's
not.
nowhere
He's
near
a-
the England team now. It's crazy. You couldn't think like that 2
it's-
seasons ago. He was the
Exactly.
first name in
mad.
England.
Exactly. But this is what I'm saying, Saeed.
It's mad.
Go on, Jay.
No, I think it's mad how his career just turned a different way.
Yeah. And this is so it goes back now. I remember what my question was, Sai. So it goes back to this point now. Pat, you're saying that Liverpool are better, City are better, yeah, and that it's unrealistic for you guys to win the league. Bearing in mind you made 6 signings, filling in loads of different holes. So what more signings would you need then to then be seriously thinking about winning the league? Bearing in mind you still have players like Dele Alli who you love that is not playing, so that then goes into a squad. So you know, we talk about what else do you think you need then for you to then be a title challenger realistically?
I think we need a better second goal. We need a better second goalkeeper. We need a better centre back.
Goalkeeper. In fact, let me let you finish first. Sorry.
Yeah, no, So if because if Hugo Lloris gets injured, our second choice and third choice goalkeeper ain't where they need to be. And if you want to challenge, you need to make sure you've got pieces, even when obviously players are injured.
Liverpool
we need another
City
DM.
haven't had that, but continue.
Not many teams have good second keepers, to be fair.
Yeah. Liverpool haven't had that. City have.
You need to let. I'm trying to answer your question, innit? And then you need another DM, because if Højbjerg's injured as well, we don't really have anyone to cover that gap. That's probably it. And I'd say we need an actual. No, I don't think it's centre half. I think we need an actual number 10, a real creative fielder. Okay. Because Ndombele isn't really. Bale's not a creative midfielder. Bale is like a wide winger. He's a wide forward. He's not a creative player.
Pat, this is
why you not talking about Bale? And let me finish my question, because you're saying Semps that he signed 6 players and this and that. Didn't City strengthen? Didn't Liverpool strengthen? I don't understand how we are now, because we signed some players. We don't automatically just go from there to there. That's not realistic. All the teams
but we did that. Liverpool did that.
I think
Liverpool signed 4 players and we went for the
City
title.
Strengthened. Yeah, but you sold
Jose's now got his
for like
squad.
150 odd million. But we're not better. Are you lot asking me serious questions, or are you just trying to because
this is a serious question.
It's not
Pat.
realistic to say that we now are better than Liverpool and Man City. We're not. I don't
Pat,
understand how.
But you're in the
Pat,
mixer, though, isn't it? You're
it's-
surely in the mix.
Like,
Pat,
come on,
listen-
boys. Like, really?
listen
Like,
to
do you know
your-
what I mean? Like,
listen to your answer,
You,
though, Pat.
you show
really?
you've got the squad. I think your squad, player for player, is better than
Right.
Liverpool.
like what?
No, but
Like
Pat,
squad
It's-
depth,
it's-
depth, the
it's-
depth.
nah.
Pat,
No,
listen
it's
to
not,
your
come on.
listen to your answer, though, Pat.
You lot
Listen to
signed
your answer.
Thiago
You
in the Mo. You signed.
Pat.
You lot are signed players. Have you not?
Pat, listen to your answer. You started off as a way to say why you need to strengthen more to challenge by talking about a second choice keeper. Like,
That's poor.
that's come on. That you can't.
That's poor.
That's
That don't
bogus.
change
That is-
your.
that don't
yeah.
change nothing. That's
Oh.
bogus. And then,
You know what? Then you lot.
No, because
let me not talk
Liverpool-
then, because
Liverpool-
what I'm saying
Liverpool
is
won
We
the
signed 4
perfect.
players
So,
to go into our
because-
first team to win something. That's what we done.
yeah.
We signed a keeper that went straight into the team, a defender straight into the team, like midfielder straight into the team, and then that was it. We just went for it. But isn't that what Mourinho's done? He's bought a DM that's gone straight into the team.
yeah.
Bale, well,
You know what? You
maybe
lot
should
have
been
all the
there.
answers in it. You lot have all the answers. So you lot run with it. Like I'm done in it. Like, it's fucking
So you
mad.
don't think
When you lot
Jose
are telling me-
Mourinho's team shouldn't be challenging for the title? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. I don't think that we're better than the teams above. So how can you challenge it all for the title? It's a bit mad for you lot to then, yeah.
But
I
then
can't
that
explain
Spurs
myself.
should
Like,
be in the
sometimes
mix.
That's why I asked what you need to buy to then be title challengers, and then all you've really been able to come up with is a number 10, another number 10, not a number 10, another number 10, and another
Another
DM.
DM.
we-
Talking about squad
we don't-
depth. So at the
we
moment,
don't have-
so you want a different DM in place of Hoiberg?
we don't have a number 10. So that's the first.
I mean, sorry,
Okay,
I said a DM in place of Hoiberg.
So you lot asking me what additionally needs to go into the starting 11 to make us challengers? Because that's a different
No,
question.
what do you think that you guys
do you know
would
what I mean?
need to
'Cause
make
I've
yourself a
answered in
title
terms of the
challenging
squad
team?
depth.
Because
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
I've
for me, your first 11, for me, with the manager you have, being the special one that you lot love now, that should be enough for you lot to push. Until you start to get some injuries, then we can have that conversation. But
Okay,
right
let's
now,
talk about first 11. We need.
not-
I answered it. I said a centre back. I said a centre back.
you didn't say a centre
And I
back.
said-
You didn't
said
say centre back.
I
I
did.
said a centre
I
back. You
did.
said no centre
Yeah,
back.
and you said no, we don't need a centre back. That's what you said.
Yeah, you did say that.
Well, I think we need a centre back and
You
a
said a
number
DM.
10. If you're talking about going into the number, if you're talking about, yeah, I know I said a number because I was talking about the whole squad. I didn't know you was talking about. You don't need to be specific with the question, didn't it? You should have said, what do you need to go into your first 11? I was talking about the whole squad.
No, what do you
That's why I
need
said
for Spurs
goalkeeper.
to be a challenger? So
Yeah,
whether
that's
they're in your
what-
first 11 or not, that's the question. What do you think Spurs need to ultimately be the next level to challenge
Yeah.
for the title? That was
Yeah.
the question.
That was, yeah.
If you said as a backup keeper, fair enough. That's on you. You could say that. And you said another
No,
DM,
what-
which I get that.
It wasn't clear in it, so yeah. But I don't know. You lot seem to know my team better than me now. You lot seem to know like what's all of a sudden we sign players, so all of a sudden we elevate there when every other team is strengthening and signing players as well. That's what is confusing me. I don't get it. But I don't know. What do I know, innit? What do I know?
But when you're saying we're second and we've played all of the big boys, what are you implying in them in that moment? What are you actually implying then? When we're having these conversations, what are you implying? That's what I'm saying. I'm getting confused.
Nothing.
Pat, you're
whatsoever.
confident that you will challenge, not necessarily win, but you said you're confident you'll be top 3 or in the mixer, challenging for the title.
I said we finished. I said we finished third. I've said it.
But you said
I've
you'll
said-
be
I
in the
think- I
mix
think
there
I
or
said-
thereabouts.
I think I've said everything I need to say, man. I don't know why you lot are trying to twist things. I've said it. Do you know what I mean? And I said we're not better than Man City. I said we're not better than things.
We have
So
conversations
it's-
off of everyone's a pundit in it, and this is what I'm saying. Like, if you then finish that, think you're going to finish third, which is just an okay season, unless you get a trophy as well. Do you know what I mean? Not an okay, it's a good season because you finish inside the top 4. But like when we're having and you're saying in the week, we've played all of the big boys and we're second. We're riding high.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That for me, that is the
I
thought
said
that I would expect if someone that
we're
thinks
in
that
a
you're
good.
going to be challenging.
We're in
That's
a good
what I
place.
would have thought.
That's what I was implying, that we're in a good place. I've never once said that we're gonna win the league or we're gonna die. So yeah, I don't know. You lot are trying to put words in my mouth. That's not what I've said. All I've said is that we're in a very good place, considering we played a lot of the big teams and we were second, first. We're in a great place. So yeah.
So LP is here now. So LP will know. I'm not even trying to
You lot are trying to make me say stuff that is not what I've said, and you lot are trying to imply because we made signings that all of a sudden we elevate above City and Liverpool, and that's not the case. And anyone
I just think Spurs fans always been confident. Spurs fans are always made out like, yeah, we're top, we're this and that, and I get it because it's in the moment, and I think you should be proud, you should be confident because you've got the squad. How many times have all you Spurs fans in the group said, "Look at our squad"?
This Gazimbo guy needs to relax, man. All you've said is, "Oh, I don't think Spurs will do this." Like, shut up, man. I mean, shut up.
Don't let them wind you up.
It's not why. Like, according to him, we're going to lose to Wolves as well. We're not doing like, come on, man. Who is this guy?
But you could lose to Wolves though, no?
You could lose to Wolves though. That's not.
We could lose.
Is that outrageous for him to say that?
Well, we could lose to Fulham as well. We could lose to anyone, but like,
yeah, but then why are you wilding out for him saying that you could lose to Wolves? That's not a silly shout.
It's just negativity after negativity from him. He's just trying to like, yeah, it's just, yeah.
So what about Lo Celso and Ndombele? Can they play a 10? As I thought they had that.
I thought Ndombele was a 10. No, I thought he was.
I thought Lo Celso was. I thought that's
what Lo Celso definitely is a 10.
Because you've got Højbjerg and Sissoko playing in the 2, right? And then you would have either Ndombele or Lo Celso. You see, it's usually one or the other, and that's where your creativity is meant to come from. No?
Lo Celso came in replacement of Eriksen.
Yeah, I think Lo Celso's more of a number. Yeah, he came in replacement of him, but I don't think he's out of number 10. I really don't. I think he's more of like.
What about Dele Alli? Can't he play that 10? That was his best position.
Yeah, no, Dele Alli was more.
Mourinho doesn't rate him.
He was more of a second striker. Dele Alli was someone that used to run into the box.
Yeah, like a false or that. Yeah.
Like a false. So no, not really. That's why you think.
Please let us know. What is Lo Celso's position and what is Ndombele's position? And so, what are you saying? Then you need a 10. So then, where do the Lo Celsos and Ndombele fit in this team? If you then go and get another 10. Where do them two players fit in this?
You've got to make adjustments, isn't it? Because like at the moment, Jose's playing Højbjerg and Sissoko, and then it's either or those two. So it just depends on who we play and what setup.
That's what you're gonna get with Jose.
But Jose ain't gonna play a 10 though. He's not even gonna play a 10. He's just gonna have like your flat 8 and your 6, and that's it. He never really plays a 10, does he?
Well, no, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Well, he would have.
You think Kane is kind of drops back?
Yeah, Kane would drop in.
He would drop in, innit, and be that creative sort of role anyway, that false 9 sort of role. And he done it brilliantly, to be fair.
Yeah, but I think if we had an out 10 like an Eriksen, then Kane wouldn't be able to drop deep. I just think that because we don't have that creative guy, Kane is dropping deep to then fill that gap.
LP
what Kane done for Son, I think Kane is elevated Son. I think he's been major for Son.
So yeah, LP agrees with what I'm saying. They're both number 8s. They're not out number 10s. Neither of them are. From what I've seen of them.
So then that means then basically then you're saying that, but then as what Said is saying that Jose's probably not going to play with a 10 as such. So the creativity is basically in the team though, isn't it? It's in the team.
Yeah,
We've got Ndombele playing, or you've got a Lo Celso playing. So you've got
Kane
there,
yeah.
And you've got Kane, and then you've got Son that's going to able to run off them, and you've also got a Gareth Bale who you, LP, and every other Spurs fan was excited when they got him back. That's meant to give something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I know you say creative, but you was excited to think that he's going to offer something. So what is he
100%.
going to be able to offer you? Why again? You think that you're nowhere near challenging for the title? I just think that
way off the pace. Yeah, we thought Bale would
Someone
come
said
in.
Lamella. No, you can't say Lamella. He is awful.
Well, the Spurs fans on Twitter today, saying
wow,
Lamella over Bale, and that they're hoping for Lamella to come back.
Yeah, but some of these guys you can't take them serious. They every single time
Where is
something happens, they react.
Lamella? Is he injured?
Okay,
He's injured,
LP, we've got creativity. We have enough to challenge. This
I
is
think you
this.
do.
Yeah, I do as well.
I think your squad
don't.
is too thick in
I
depth
don't.
to say that you can't challenge. Every Spurs man was like, "Yes, we're ready now. We're in it. We've got the players. We've got Bale." And now it sounds. I'm not saying you, but it all of a sudden some of the Spurs man are missing. Like you've got the squad. You've got the special one, as Semper says. I think you guys can challenge. I actually still think you guys are going to be up there in the mix.
I can't see what more Spurs.
It's just going to be
Spurs
ugly.
can add to their team.
There's nothing more I think that Spurs can do to better that team.
If you want us to
can't
better the
see.
team, I think we need an out and out number 10, a creative. I don't even know who you would get, but if you're talking about out and out creative guy, we need that, and we need a centre back to
But
go in.
there's no such thing
slot.
as a 10 that's really adaptable to being a DM as well, because that's what they'll need to be. They'll need to be able to play in a 10, but be prepared to be a defender.
They
or defensive
wouldn't need to. They wouldn't need to.
The way Jose plays. That's it.
You need to start play as a DM. We've got Højbjerg and Sissoko, so you wouldn't need to do that. They wouldn't need to do that.
But also, you even see Kane, isn't it? Even Kane comes back and he's defending almost like as another. Yeah. I'm not taking a piss. This is what I see.
Every player that Jose has.
Sissoko left back, not Sissoko. Sorry, Son left back.
Yeah, we defend as a team, as a unit. Every team defends as a unit. No?
Not like that. Not that deep.
Yeah, come on, bro. Every team defends as a
unit. Spurs with that quality.
Unless they got their centre half on the halfway line waiting to be ping the ball. Everyone defends as a unit. That's football. So yeah.
I think you got enough to challenge, though. I do. I think you got a really good squad.
Needs to defend regardless.
Yeah,
but that's a question though. There and is if Kane gets injured or Son gets injured,
then the other players have to step up, just like any football team. What happens if any of the other talismans from any team get injured? People have to step up.
Yeah, but
have they got the quality? Have they got the quality to do it though? That's the thing.
But no one really is going to have that sort of quality. That I always hear that. Yeah. It's like people just say, "Oh, we lose Mane, you ain't got the next quality," but no one's got that. It's only City that used to have that.
And even
they don't have it anymore. They don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the same for any team. If you take the biggest players,
if you take away the world
players coming in,
feel it.
That's so. I don't really get that question. It's the same as any football team, really. Of course, you're going to suffer. You hope the players coming can step up and do a job. Will they be as good as the guys coming in? Probably not. Can they cover for a certain amount of games? You hope so. So yeah.
I think it's a valid question though. It's the same with any team. This is when we're talking about the squads, isn't it? And Spurs fans have said many times, and going back to last season, and not saying necessarily you, Pat, but Spurs fans do believe Spurs have a great squad. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, we've got a good squad, and this is it. Don't take what I'm saying out of context. We have a very good squad. We have a good group. We've got a good manager. But do I think that we're better than the teams, as in who I've mentioned, Liverpool and City? No. So do I think that we're challenged? I personally don't. So do you know what I mean? That's all. I can only speak for myself. I believe we can. We're in the mix. I don't know, but I don't think we are yet.
Yeah, Spurs have the depth. They have Vinicius, Moura, Bergwijn. Yeah, and again, people would wax lyrical over Bergwijn before. I know people are indifferent about Moura, Vinicius. I've heard nobody try to knock him either. Yeah, not everyone seems happy with him.
They're all decent. Yeah, I think they're decent.
But anyway, we'll move on from Spurs. Let us know if you are watching on the YouTube. Let us know in the comments if you believe that Spurs have enough to challenge, or if you think that top 4 and a cup is the best that they can hope for this season. We'll keep it moving very quickly now. We'll just move on to a few of the other games. Man City beat Southampton 1-0. And again, for me personally, I don't know what you guys think. It was a game that Southampton looked like they could have got something from, man.
Southampton were in that game. Was it Vestergaard? He should have scored.
Yeah, Vestergaard should have scored.
The big centre back. Yeah, they were unlucky not to get something. Southampton are a good team though. They're a good team.
Yeah, really good team.
Yeah,
They are. You know what? Actually, we moved on from Tottenham, but what are we saying about Leicester? Actually, before we move on, Leicester and they're second now.
They'll be in the mix. They'll definitely be fighting for a top 6 place this year.
I think top 6 to top 4. I think they'll be fighting as well.
Yeah.
I think they'll learn from their troubles last year. I think if they could keep a lot of their players fit, they are the real deal as well. I think for top 6 to top 4.
LP. Yeah, you missed the Woolwich. You've missed the Woolwich breakdown. Sorry, bro.
That's gone. So all right, so we just think Leicester, okay, top 6. You don't think they'll finish top 4, guys?
No, I don't think they'll finish top 4. Yeah, I mean, it's anything's possible.
I wouldn't be shocked.
They've got every chance to, but I don't
they've got
think
every
they will.
chance to. They've got a good squad as well.
I don't think they will. But LP's making me laugh. But yeah, no, I don't think they finish in the top 4, but they definitely could finish in the top 6.
Fair enough.
Yeah, good.
And Man City, you guys think Man City are gonna be challenging?
I think Man City will finish second.
Yeah, I think second or third.
They'll step up this second half of the season.
Yeah,
I think they plugged the gaps in Jan. I actually think they'll just get a striker. It's not like they don't have
of course
money.
they will.
What
They
gaps?
just need a striker. If they get a good striker, that's it, man. It's done. Like,
you think?
Yeah, I think that's all they need. Striker.
So
Look at John Stones has suddenly come to the party. He's looking decent now.
But this is what
I think defensively they don't look bad. Not like they was before. People say they lack in creativity in the midfield. I think as long as you got Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's always going to be a bit of a game changer. But they get a striker, like that's it.
But we're saying ifs. What striker is out there that's going to come in and transform?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
That's what I
they're supposed to be linked to is it Haaland? I think it is. If they get him,
Haaland.
bloody hell.
What, in January?
I doubt
That
they
be
can get him in
January.
But again, they got the money in it. They got power to get. If they
How
really
much
want
is
someone,
Haaland?
But Man City won't spend X amount. They only spend a certain amount.
Man City spend a lot of money, but they don't spend big. Do you know what I'm saying? I think their record is like 70 odd mil, isn't it? Or was it Cancelo? Or...
but the thing is, whenever they've needed to plug something, they spend. Because look, they spent money on that whole back line because there was a pressing need. They haven't needed to get a striker for a long time now. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if any striker of that talent to go into Man City, it's going to cost you 80 plus immediately unless you do. That
deal ain't being done in January. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we're talking about this season, I don't see why they're finishing second. I don't see why. If we're looking at the way they're playing at the moment, and don't get me wrong, they're still in a great.
Scored 19 as well. Only scored 19 goals for the big boy. That is poor.
Yeah, because they're struggling.
I think Man City can turn on. They will get better. They're not going to continue playing this slow paced, football. They've got the players. And the thing is, Kevin De Bruyne hasn't looked like 100% in certain games. I know he's turned it on recently.
In a lot of games, he had a great season.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. He hasn't looked great. But yeah, I just think that they've got that pedigree and they've got the players that done it time and time again.
Got it. And now to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diaz is a good player. Yeah. He's a good
Diaz
player.
is a very good player.
I watch City now. It's just before when you used to watch City, they will blow teams away in possession, in the way they play, and everything like that. I've seen that no point this season. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, they blew Burnley away, but I know they do that with Burnley every season. I know they beat Burnley 5-0
every year.
Do you know what I'm saying? That your teams now, you can give Man City a game. Like I was disappointed that Man United didn't go and give, and I thought 3 points was there to be taken. Even though we took 6 of them last season, I'm going into them games thinking we could get slapped. But now I'm thinking we go up against City, we can go toe to toe with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why I don't feel, I wasn't surprised to see you lot beat them. Do you know what I'm saying, Pat? Liverpool. Arsenal.
We didn't beat them. We drew.
Not Arsenal. Arsenal won't beat them. But anyway.
Arsenal beat them on Wednesday. Now. Is it Wednesday you play them, innit?
In the cup? No, Arsenal ain't gonna beat them in the cup.
Tuesday.
Nah.
Arsenal beat them.
Tuesday.
They're not to win cups, innit?
A great question here. Does anyone think that the lack of crowd has really changed how the teams are performing? Are we going to see major changes when crowds return? Jason, let me let you answer. Jason, what do you think? Jason,
has the crowd has it been? I'll say it's had an effect to a certain degree. I think certain times when like certain teams are in the trenches, they could probably do that extra push coming from the crowd. I think other teams, it hasn't really affected, like your Liverpools, your like even Tottenham, it hasn't really affected, to be fair. But I think with people like teams like Arsenal and other certain teams, I reckon it has this season anyway.
I mean, Fulham were a slightly better side against Liverpool, and I think the fans played a major part in that game. Like they just gave. I mean, as soon as the fans came back, Fulham started to pick up points.
Yeah,
they actually started to do it right.
Even when we played Crystal Palace, their fans definitely pushed them over the line to get that.
When we played Spurs, our fans were loud.
Yeah, definitely.
That was another thing. They gave us that push.
It has a huge difference. And because when we played Palace last weekend, when we were under the cosh, their fans were all over us, and you could hear them. They were so loud.
You can hear them as well.
It definitely felt like there was 2000. And then when we was at Anfield, your boys were proper on it from the first whistle. So yeah, it definitely makes a difference. If you ain't got those fans in there, it will make a difference, man, no doubt.
And this is
It should really affect Arsenal, innit? Because they're just quiet as it is, bro. Their fans got tambourines, innit? Like
this is what
Said, you're obsessed with Arsenal, Said.
I'm sorry. I like Jason.
You're obsessed, ain't you, bro?
Gazimbo, I agree, man. I think I said this before that when there's no fans, there's no home or away, in my opinion, because that's what makes a home or an away game is the fans. And I think there's no coincidence that we are seeing across Europe that it's just mad right now. Do you know what I'm saying? All of the big teams are kind of struggling across Europe, and I think that crowds are playing a part. I think that the fact that there's no crowds in the stadium or minimal crowds, do you know what I'm saying, in certain stadiums,
I think as soon as people go in Europe or international friendlies, it wipes out the squads.
Yeah, I just think that the whole situation that we're in now is why everything's just a little bit mad. Everything is not normal with it. It's not normal. The games are proper congested at the moment. The Champions League games were being played like every single week. Usually they don't start till times when you have a few breaks. So yeah, I think a lot is playing a part. And I don't think we're gonna see crowds back properly this season. And maybe looking into it for 21-22 season, I don't know. Maybe we might see crowds back then, but for this season, we're not going to see proper crowds back. I don't believe.
No.
What was your opinion on that Sunderland game? Did you hear a madness? I think was it 8, 9, 10 players got wiped out from their first team because of COVID, and yet they still had to play.
I didn't hear that.
I'm not sure it was a cup game, but they were forced to play. I think they drew in the end, but there was like uproar.
Sunderland League One, Sunderland, yeah.
Yeah, there was some sort of uproar that they had to play. There was a massive outbreak of COVID, and I think they lost pretty much the majority of their first team, and they were trying to get the game cancelled, and it didn't get cancelled.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about that, so I can't really talk on that one. But yeah, it makes sense. Your first team or thing is out.
I think it was the majority of the first team, yeah.
Yeah, that would make a big, you would want to get that game postponed.
That's sad, isn't it? Because you think like Newcastle got the postponement, didn't they? They're close up that way.
The game got pushed back. Yeah, it worked for them. So yeah, you would hope it'd be the same.
A bit unfair, isn't it? Yeah.
Man United ain't winning the league. I'm not getting sucked in. I'm just not doing it. I'm not allowing myself to get sucked in. No. They've got a good squad depth, but we ain't got the manager, so it's not going to happen.
Where do you think United will finish then, Semps?
Gabriel Jesus.
I said for us to finish top 4, I thought it was a shootout between us and City, because I thought it would be Liverpool or Spurs, and then I thought Chelsea would get there, and it would be between us and City. So, yeah, I think Man United will finish either 4th or 5th this season. That's what I believe. 4th or 5th. We would either get top 4 or we'll finish 5th. And yeah. That's what I believe, man.
See, Jay, here's one for you. He's in your he's on your wavelength about the Gabriel.
Jesus.
Oh no, sorry, Jesus is in the Man City striker. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought he's about Gabriel, the Arsenal defender.
This is it, man. People don't like a lot of Pep signings are questionable, man. They really are, in my opinion. But I do like Jesus, man. Jesus. I actually like him. I think he's a good player, man. Yeah, I think his all-round game is quite tidy, but he's not an Aguero, is he? He's not.
Exactly. He's not Aguero.
This is what it seems like they're missing, that killer in front of goal.
But it's hard to get that sort of player without paying the toll. So, I mean, Gabriel Jesus, if you work on him, in time, he's probably going to be a very good player. He's still young, isn't he? So he's about, was he 23, 24?
Yeah, he's about 25 now. He must be about 25.
Was he?
He's about 24,
he's young,
25.
but again...
but he's not getting consistent minutes. That's the problem,
That's it. And I think that's what is tough. He doesn't really... Yeah, he's in 1 minute and he's out. He can score a goal and then be dropped.
Let me check.
All right, man. We'll sort of wrap it up there. People, been a good one, been enjoyable. There's been some heartbreak on here today, some anger, getting angry at our fans. Thank you very much for all of you lot that were watching and all of the comments that we've received today. I do apologize if anything was said unjust, but it's just football fans and emotions and everything. It can get the better of us at times, That's just the way football is. Those of you that are listening on the audio, share about with your people and all of that. But let my people them sign out. Thank you very much again for all joining me. Let's start with you, Jason. Sign out, please. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at Mr. Jason Alex. Same for Instagram, but I'm more active on Twitter for the football chat.
And he most definitely is, people. Patrick.
Yeah, so it's Patrick Tyrant. You can catch me on... Why are you laughing? You can catch me on Twitter. Oh, and by the way, Jesus is 23. I just checked it out. He's still very young.
Do you know what I mean? He's a couple of years before he hits his prime years. So
yeah, I think he's got. Thank you, Gazimbo. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice one, Gazimbo. Appreciate it.
Man. Come back again next week, man. Hopefully Spurs lose again and we get Pat back on there. And
Gazimbo will be on there. Yeah, he'll be on there to troll me, innit? If we lose next week to Wolves, I know Gazimbo is going to be on there trolling me. So yeah, but yeah, no, thank you for tuning in. I'm Patrick Tyrant. Catch me on Twitter, Patrick Tyrant. Yeah, that's it. Boom.
Wicked. Said, you need to jump on Twitter, man. We need you on there.
I'm too busy selling houses, helping people move, and that's where you can catch me at coleharding.co.uk. If you need help with moving, selling, renting, just call me.
Wicked. I'll put the website and all of that in the description, as with the gentleman's Twitter handles. Chris Sports, be brave. Title 21 incoming to Old Trafford.
This guy's fully gassed.
There's a few United fans that are being sucked in. I said on Twitter 2 days ago. Go on, Jay.
That's it. Can I say one thing? If Liverpool win the league this season, that'll be the 20th title for them as well, isn't it?
No, I think they've. How many you on now, Side? How many titles you on?
19.
Oh, 19.
So so you equal. It'd be 20 each, innit? Wow.
Yeah, but we'll be the most successful club.
Oh, that's
Well, we are
anything.
now anyway. We are now
So-
anyway. So
That's
So
anything.
the United
That's
fans, they're saying 20. They're saying 21 for 21. What are they saying?
21
That
for
band.
21, boy. I said
that.
though.
That's
I said,
interesting. That's a good one.
I said
like that.
21 in 21, and I tweeted it. I said,
Yeah.
not getting sucked in, but
Yeah.
if it was to happen, Man United fans, we have to shut down the internet. We have to shut down the internet, boy. It has to go off. If we do it
That'd be
next
crazy.
season, I'm losing my mind. Side, you're not gonna be my friend anymore. I'm all the pain that I've had to endure over these last 7 years, it's all gonna. Oh, geez, if we actually did it, but nah, I just we haven't. The manager's not good enough, and there's gonna be games where we're gonna need to. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where we're gonna fall short. And I don't even think we'll necessarily finish top 4. But anyway, it would be brilliant if that does happen. But Merry Christmas, everybody! As you can see, my Christmas tree in the back.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I am
All of that,
Semps.
honestly.
These were my pundits, and this says everyone's a pundit. Until next week, people, stay safe, stay blessed. We are out. Laters.